Okay, time for an update, vlog thingy, whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people have been asking me how I'm doing. It has now been 3 weeks after the car hit me. And some people also asked what happened to the videos about it, video of me in hospital and stuff. So I set those to unlisted because they just served their purpose and they were just getting extra attention that I'm really not looking for. So the idea was just I wanted to let you as the subscribers know what happened because, well, you're here to watch my stuff, right? My videos. And if I can't make stuff, then you deserve to know why and what's happening and stuff, and why I can't make certain kinds of video at the moment, that sort of thing. And I'm pretty sure everybody who watches me regularly has seen that by now, or at least seen some kind of reference to it. So they're still there. It's still in the videos are still linked via the playlist, so still there. But they've been getting like several 100,000 views. So I guess it's all kinds of people going, oh, somebody got hurt. Awesome, I got to check that out. Or whatever, I don't know what it was. I shouldn't have to say that, but it's the internet and it's people, so I guess I have to after all. So it was not intended as a, oh, look at poor me, this terrible thing happened, pity me, I'm suffering. No, screw that. None of that. It was just, as said, to let you know why there weren't videos for a while, or why I can't do certain things, or like, why is my arm in a sling? Because I'd get the question 150,000 times anyway. But anyway, once again, thank you everyone for your concern and your well wishes. Definitely appreciated. So yeah, I'll let you know what's going on right now. So as you can see, I can move the arm, but it's still very limited. The range of motion is definitely limited. When I do certain things, it starts to hurt pretty quickly, and I cannot lift anything even remotely heavy. The thing is, the collarbone is still not properly attached to the shoulder. That's what it looks like, by the way. That's the collarbone sticking out. It's really weird, and also feels pretty weird. But I guess because the structural integrity is compromised, there's much more pull on the shoulder, on the muscles, well, shoulder too, I guess. And yeah, so a lot of things just don't really work well yet. And for some reason, when I stand around or walk for about 15 minutes or so, it starts hurting, which it doesn't when I'm just sitting around, because I can just prop the elbow up on the armrest, and I can move the mouse just fine because it's just movement in the forearm, and the shoulder is supported. But when I'm standing upright, I guess it's the whole posture, because there's some more strain and pull on the muscles. So after standing for a while, it really flares up. When I'm done with the video, I have to sit right back down. It sure is frustrating to have to sit around all the time. I'd like to ease back into some physical activity, but there's just nothing I can do. Like even walking, as said, is problematic. And I was thinking lately about going to the gym and maybe trying some lower body workout, but there's hardly anything. Like leg press I could do. I generally prefer the angled leg press, but I can't even put weights on because it's one of those things that you don't normally notice. But when I lift something heavy with my left arm, the right shoulder hurts because, it's all connected. You have to stabilize the arm with the rest of the body. So it all goes on, even the muscles of the other shoulder, and torso to an extent. The broken rib, of course, is also still acting up. A lot of things that are off limits. I've started physiotherapy, which is definitely important. If you have anything like that, broken bones or separated shoulder, any kind of sports injury, really, I would definitely highly suggest doing physio. It's really important for recovery. And by the way, when people say, oh, physio is terribly painful, be prepared for that. It's not supposed to. Like the physiotherapist told me, you're not supposed to feel any pain. You're only supposed to go through the range of motion as far as you can without experiencing pain. If it's a little a little bit of discomfort is okay, but it's not supposed to hurt because then you're doing more damage than good. So it's really not a big deal. And it's really minor thing. Like you're just supposed to, lift the arm up as far as it goes before it hurts, and then putting it back. That's already too much. Putting it back down, repeating that several times. There's one exercise where you put a rope or something with two handles over a bar, and then you just pull your affected arm up with the other one, and then you pull back down, so you activate the muscles a little bit in the affected arm. So yeah, there are things like that do help. Okay, next topic. I decided to invest some more money into recording equipment. I got a better external audio recorder recently. This is the Tascam DR40. I did that in an attempt to fix some audio issues that I had recently, and at first I suspected it would be the microphone. Then I recorded with the internal microphone on the other audio recorder I have. It also sounded weird, so then I figured, okay, I guess it's that one. So I bought a better one. Now it turns out, nope, it's a microphone after all. So it's in the process of slowly dying, the lavalier mic that I have right here. So I have to sometimes wiggle the cable and get it in just the right position, and occasionally there's some interference and noise, and it records at super low volume and several issues. So I'll have to replace this one as well eventually. If you have any suggestions for a good lavalier mic, let me know. This is the Tram DR50. And I also got this here. I bought a gimbal for the GoPro, which is a pretty neat thing. Let me just turn that on. It's just this thing here up there. The handle I put on there is a separate thing. So the idea behind this is give some nice stabilization to the camera. It has several different modes, and so when you turn quickly, the camera pans slowly and smoothly. There are also other modes where it follows in the tilt as well. See right there, it slowly tilts in the direction. Then you can lock it as well, where it just keeps the same orientation. So even if I rotate it and turn it around, it keeps pointing in the same direction, which is pretty interesting. It has a few other modes as well, and this should be quite useful. In fact, I might as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, there. Might as well give you some test footage here with the GoPro, so you see what that looks like. It makes quite a difference for sure. Usually when the footage would otherwise be all shaky, this does quite a bit. There it is. So I can move it around pretty well. Just wave it around like an idiot, and it's still pretty nice and stable. And yeah, for those who were thinking that this was a green screen, this should also shatter your illusions right now. This is an actual physical cloth backdrop on the wall. And finally, I'm also planning to buy a new camera. Not a replacement for this one. The GH4 is awesome. It better be at that price. And it works perfectly for most of my purposes, but I've also been using a camcorder for those things where this doesn't work so well. For example, the GH4 doesn't have image stabilization, so anything on the move doesn't work so well. And also with the lens I have right now, I can't zoom. I could buy another lens, but I keep putting that off because it's $500 and up for just the lens. I'm kind of procrastinating on that. I find it easier to justify buying a whole new camera because that's good for different angles and all of that, simultaneous recording. And what I've been looking at is the Sony RX100 IV, or Mark IV, or whatever you want to call it. It's really interesting because it can record in slow motion and it goes up to 1,000 frames per second. It also has other modes like 250 FPS at lower frame rates. Of course, the image quality is better, but it would be pretty awesome to record in 1,000 FPS, and it is still HD, so that's quite nice. And I should be able to actually record a bullet in flight, at least with lower velocity bullets or balls in case of the muzzle loaders. Those should definitely fly at slow enough speed to capture properly. And also for sword tests, it's going to be awesome when I'm finally able to do those again. And yeah, if anybody has other, did you hear that crack? I heard it. Anyway, if you have any other suggestions for affordable, slow-mo cameras, affordable, I mean, basically 2,000 and under. That's kind of stretching it right now, but yeah, if you have any good suggestions for other high FPS cameras, let me know. All of that is, of course, tearing quite a hole in our household budget, but if you want videos to look and sound halfway professional, you have to spend quite a bit of money. That's just how it goes. Normally I don't ask for anything, but if somebody does wish to contribute to funding the camera, then I'll leave the link to my Patreon page down below, so they can pledge whatever amount you feel like on a monthly basis. If you would like to make a one-time donation towards the camera, you can do that via PayPal. If you go to my channel page under business inquiries, or inquiries, however you want to pronounce it, you can find my email address. That's also my PayPal account. That's really just for people who have been asking, hey, I'd like to donate. How can I do that? That's the easiest way, and any money I get through this, I put directly towards the channel, investing into video equipment or getting stuff that is relevant, that is relevant for you to see in videos, that sort of thing. Don't worry, we don't have money trouble, we're not in debt or anything. It's just that there have been quite a few expenses recently. Yeah, some people have asked about that too. How's with the medical expenses and everything? Well, fortunately in Canada, you don't have to pay for stuff like that. The hospital is completely covered. Well, I did get a bill from the hospital for the sling, and the insurance covers that. So yeah, that's the thing. The only things that we had to pay was the bike repair and physiotherapy. The insurance is going to reimburse that eventually, but it takes a while. So it was definitely quite a few expenses. And yeah, of course, it's very smart on my part to now go, I totally need to buy new video equipment. Things tend to come together, and yeah, I'm not necessarily the brightest in that regard. But anyway, so that's what's been going on. And yeah, I think, oh yeah, right. One more thing that I wanted to mention, well, it's now in separate pieces, but some of you may remember the third-person view mount thing that I have. That's actually, this is part of it, where you strap it to yourself and then it sticks up over your shoulder. This is going to be very interesting. I'm very much looking forward to using that. Actually, I reviewed that thing quite a while ago, actually. I think it's 1 or 2 years. No, 1 year, 1.5. Reviewed that, and I haven't been using the third-person mount since then because I didn't like how it just keeps bouncing, and the footage gets very shaky. This should be the solution for that. So I should be able to use that, which is gonna be pretty neat, I think. And yeah, I think I've taken up enough of your time now. So thanks for watching.